Daniel here again. Welcome to the fourth videos of our recommended workflows video series. In the previous three videos, we were able to walk you through how you can utilize our topic discovery to find topics and subtopics and form a topic cluster that help you establish an expertise status in Google's search engines. The second steps, you were able to utilize our golden filter features in our keyword explorer, as well as ESKP function to find and filter out keywords that fit with different phase of your SEO campaigns. And particularly, you are able to quickly find long tail keyword with high values, low in competition, yet in very high in demand. Thirdly, you are able to utilize our keyword cluster to group keyword with similar attributes together and form a list of article titles and articles that you will target in your execution phase. So in those three steps represent the first phase of your SEO content creation, and that is research. At this point, you have everything laid out in front of you, as in the things that the to-do list. These are all of the articles that I will write. And in this article, these are all the keywords that should be included. And this list of articles will belong to this topic. This article will belong to this topic. This article will belong to that topic. You have all of that layout in front of you. And that is the final pieces of your research phase. Now let's go to execution. This is where you start executing on each of the article that you want to write, right? So that leads us to step 4, building an SEO optimized outline, right? So the first thing is you have to understand what is an outline for. Why do you need to build an outline for Google in order to rank? So first of all, you need to build an outline for Google, right? Because whatever content that you publish, Googlebot will be the first to visit. And when they visit, they want to see a few things. Now, first of all, the structure of your content, the structure of your outlines. Is it clear? Is it concise? Is it organized in a way that Googlebot can easily understand, right? Are all the headings are laid in order? Are all the paragraphs are laid below? What are the images that you place in? Is it optimized? So on and so forth. That's the first. The second is the terms and the keyword that you're trying to rank for. You want to be able to communicate that to Googlebot when they go through and scan through your content. They have to be in there. It has to be highlighted. They have to be optimized, right? So that's the second thing you want to show Googlebot. The third is the common sentiment. So the sentiment in which you write that content. Is it neutral? Is it positive? Or is it negative? Right? A lot of times, there's no right and wrong answer for this. It's just that what are the common sentiment that your competitors are drafting your content are, right? Because Google will provide a service, and it's called Google NLP API, in which I went through in details on other videos you can find in our library, tutorial library. And there I share in depth of how when a Googlebot go into a certain content, they will have a way to categorize that content in different type of sentiments. And if the top 20 URLs are ranking for a keyword have negative sentiments, it's very likely that that keyword should carry a negative tendencies of writing. So it's good for you to carry the same sentiment. You can't just simply write something positive about it and expecting that you would rank. So that's the third point. Fourth is, what are the entities you should include? And this is the integration with Google API, NLP API as well. Only through that service, we will know what type of entities you should include in your content, so that when Googlebot go in, they scan through your content, they will be able to understand what are the context and meaning you try to convey. And the faster they understand these 4 points, the faster it is your content able to match with the exact keyword that you try to rank for. You just make imagine you make the job of Googlebot a lot easier. They don't have to try to guess. They don't have to go in back and forth, but they simply go in and it's like, wow, these content are so clear, so precise. Everything is well in order, and they have all the internal and external linking to other stuff. This guy knows what you're talking about. That's the key in building an outline. Second, you want to satisfy Google users, right? The people who will read your content, the end users will actually enjoy and reading and find your content valuable and quality. Because why is it necessary? Because they are the one who actually finally determine whether or not your content will actually sustain on the ranking position that you have. If you only write a piece of content that only satisfies Google, you may be able to rank. But when a user go into your content and they immediately, when they go in, they see your website just horrible, the layout is bad, all the content and structure and outline, the keyword you choose just not right, they will exit. And enough people go in there and right away they exit out your website, Google will instantly come to conclusion that your website does not provide value to end users, and your ranking will immediately be kicked out of the top. So the idea is to build something that sustains, something that lasts. And therefore, I always say that please build and write content that is valuable and quality, because it will always good for you in the long run. And there's only that's the single option you have actually when you do SEO, right? What is the content tone and voice, the context that you try to capture for your users? What is your users' true and underlying pain points? What is their need? And if you can address those, you will keep them engaged in your content. And when you keep them engaged in your content, they will actually click on other internal link to other relating content. And the more engaging they are to the content that you write, the better it is your content will perform. This is like a 100% guarantee. We've done enough SEO to know that if we see a keyword that have very high engagement, even if we are horribly optimize it, Google will still rank you, because Google know that content provide values, right? Internal linking to other relating material to ensure they will engage with your content longer time, as well external linking to show Google that you refer to different source. You don't just write things without a source. You quote other source, you internal link them to it, and make your content seems like it has variety. It has refreshing, to see. So those are what building outline for a piece of content are for. Satisfying Google, bot, Google itself, and search engines, and satisfy your end users, right? So building an effective outline, then move to the second point, require 2 steps. The first is you have to access different data points. So, right? You can't just go in there and build an outline that you like. You have to first see how other competitors are building their outlines. How do they structure their content for that particular keyword? So how many H2, how many H3, how do they organize it, for the top competitors? Some competitors, they're not very well optimized. You want to follow those that actually get well optimized. You see that their ranking are it's on the way to going up. Simply because they will be able to sustain that because the way they organize their outlines, right? So the first is you want to access your competitor website and structure. Second, you want to access Google Suggest Insight. This is where you get all the questions from the actual user themselves, and we provide that. In this database, you'll be able to see all the questions that people ask, all the different topics that they are discussed, including this in your content. Make it more attractive for Google to realize, hey, I know this keyword. This keyword was actually in Google Suggest database. Having this in here means that this guy know what they are trying to target, and they try to explain and give answer to the question that the users are demanding. And finally, utilize our AI assistant. Utilize the application of AI. There's so many amazing applications now. OpenAI are now providing. For example, a build of different templates. You have AI templates. You have templates to provide you with introduction of paragraph. You have templates to show you different copywriting formats. Several different templates you can utilize to help you build an outline that is original and yet effective and fast at the same time. And second point in second steps of building an outline is to find keyword and terms to include in your content, right? Keyword in term, the first thing is the keyword in terms which your competitors are targeting, because each of the competitor, when they rank on top, they have a little secrets of how they choose keyword for them to highlight, right? Throughout their content, there'll be a bunch of keywords that they use together And those are the keywords that they have a high chance for them to target. And if you include those keywords in your content as well, there's a higher chance that Google bot, when they go through, they see, hey, this look familiar. This guy know what they're talking about because it's very familiar with other content. Other content rank on top because they have that keyword. So I would say that including the very strategically placed some of this keyword in your content will help you to gain your chance of ranking them. Second, keyword and terms that are relevant to your content yet your competitor have not know about yet, and we call the opportunity keywords. I'll go in details in our second part of this videos where I show you how you can access that through our tool, right? Third is Google entities. And entities here is to guide Google bots understanding when they access your content, right? Well, the moment they get into your content, you want to be able to show them exactly what your content are trying to convey. The faster they understand, the faster it is your content have the chance to rank. And fourth, you want to include all the keyword that you have formed in the previous steps in keyword cluster, right? Because these are all the group of keyword that you will target together. When you put them all in your content, you will be able to make sure that if you rank on one keyword, you'll be able to rank on several other keywords as well. It's increase your chance, right? So that is the two main points I want to share with you first before we go into the practical side of things. And now let's get to it. Okay, so now that we are inside the tool, as you can see, to build an outlines, we break them down into 2 steps. So in a 3-step series, outlines building will constitute for the first 2 steps. And the first step is to build the outline itself, right? And as you can see here, the outlines will be built on this panel right here. And if you need more room, just simply click on the top button and you will be able to access even more room to create. If you want to change the content here, which is your title and description, click on edit and we'll bring them to this panel. Utilize our AI assistant, click on each of these to generate more title ideas or more description ideas. Description will be built based on the title that you have. Right, so when you save here, you will have your title and description available right on the top here. In the general information like the word count that you will draft your content with, the amount of headings, the paragraph, and images. So these are all being set up inside this part. Okay, so now step 1 is all about outline building and also determine the sentiment that your content will be. So building outlines, like I said in previous step, it's all about the access. First of all is the data access point. The first data access will provide is competitive analysis. This is the information that the top 20 competitors that you have when you see as you can see in here, top 20 competitors that ranking for the keyword nutrition plan. Right. And the second panel is suggest insight. This is from Google directly pulled from Google Suggest database. From Google Suggest and Google Keyword Database. So from there, we pulled out all the questions in which people ask. So in the question forming a different type, could be what question, could be how question, could be why questions, could be all kind of different questions. And you can refer to this to whichever question that you find that would fit well with the theme and direction of the content that you will write for nutrition plan. You could be writing about a knowledge sharing, 8 type of diet plans that you are aiming for. So if it's 8 type of diet plan, you may want to start with the question, what is diet plan? Something like that, right? But those questions should very much align with some of the keywords you find here. We also have topic that people discuss. We have how people compare. These are all insight. So utilize the insight to fit with the content theme of your article. Reddit also, we pull the data directly from Reddit, some of the questions that they have, some of the topic that they also follow directly in cover with the keyword nutrition plan. That's to be the topic, right? So in the panel, let's go into a little more details. In the panel here, you click on any of the competitors. I would suggest click on competitor with word count higher. For keyword that, for example, website like this with word count very, very low, sometimes it's because the website itself is, the way they structure is not as an image-based website. Let's click on it and see. So, for example, this website, it's very much like this type, right? And it's not a kind of website that is purely content based. So you don't want to get your information from this website. So what I suggest is maybe you go into a website like this. We have a word count 1558, and you start seeing the way they structure their content. H2 paragraph, second H2 paragraph, third H2 paragraph, and then start H3. So all these H3 to support the H2, very well put together. Profile menu, and then H3 again. Oh, this one is also another. This is like another H1. Okay, all right. So this is the list of the 14 days clean eating. So each day they break it down into H3. So by looking at the structure of your competitors, and some competitor, for example, Healthline. I love Healthline because the way they build their content is so well optimized. As you can see here, it best diet plan, sustainably, weight loss, and more. H1, content for H1, H2, content for H2, H2 again, content for H2, just like that. They're listing down all the way to the bottom and it get to the end. These are great outlines you can follow. So look for competitors with outlines that built out in a way that you see so well put together, optimized and clean, right? Having those information in mind really helped you in building your own outline. And in any of these outlines, you like something, you have few options. The first, double click and you will be able to see it right away appear in your outline. Second, if you like to access other filter, for example, utilize our AI shortcut like outlines. From outlines, you can utilize different templates like orienting by topic to. So if you have a topic, you want to have a question to bullet point, or topic to question, topic to idea, topic to analogy, topic to outlines. You can utilize a lot of these templates, and all of these templates are actually built specifically to help you with outline building process. All right. And if you find a paragraph, let's say this, and you want to turn that paragraph to question or to list a topic, click on it and we'll create a 3-panel views for you to start. Just play around with whatever you have on this panel and turn that into here. See, paragraph to topic, you will have intermittent fasting, weight loss, research finding. So paragraph to topic, these are the list of topics that we could generate for you, right? So again, AI assistant, all the templates are here for you to play around and to access and to build the outline itself. So from this point, you can simply double click on any things that you would like and build that underneath your outlines. So that's the first point of reference. Second point of reference is if you like a certain website content and you want to see that website content in the form of FAQ format, because this is a really great format to utilize for SEO writing, answer and questions. You want to see, okay, this is the content that they wrote. What would, if you want to build your content, what would be some question and answer type format would be? And we generate that for you as well. So what is the best diet for losing weight? And essentially what it is our AI will go into the content of the website and scan through all of them and provide you with and return to you the result of the Q&A format. So from here, you can see, okay, I really like these questions. I will add that into my content. And I will add this answer as well, because that would be really good for my follow-up information. That's it. It's very simple, very easy to use. So you can actually just go through each of the content here and start generate the FAQ format also. So those are the few ways you can utilize outline from the competitor itself to build your own outline. The second part here is our Google NLP integration will provide you with sentiment data as well. So these are all of the sentiment of the content in the top 20 competitors. And from here, you will be able to utilize, okay, if the overall sentiment is neutral, it's likely that I should also craft my content in a neutral tone. And you can leave as a note for your freelancers, so when they craft your content, they will keep that in mind. From down here, you can also do the same thing. Just highlight on each of these, double click, and you will be able to see that. Actually, you will just single click and you will be able to see it appear right in this bottom as well. Okay, so So this is the two panel where you will be able to access to build your outlines. From two source of data source, competitive analysis as well as suggest insight. Well, the third source is AI Assistant. And turning on AI Assistant, you'll be able to access all of the templates that are specifically built for this stage, which is to build outline. First thing is all the templates to build for outline, like orienting by. So if you're still confused of the format in which you want to write, you can choose attention, interest, desire, action template, different template here, before and after, problem, agitate, solution. Or you can access topic 2, paragraph 2, orienting by, like feature, benefits, how to, step list, pros and cons, unique value proposition, right? Rewrite are all of the template that helped you to rewrite or paraphrasing a certain content or context, so that you will have, let's say you find content from other contexts and you like, oh, that's really good content, I would like to put that into my outlines. Just simply use our text rewriter to get that out into your content, right? You can also access all the history of the AI Assistant in here by clicking on this. So all of the content that you generate will never go into place. You never go lost. Okay, so in Outline to Use, essentially that's it. Study from your competitor to utilize them to build the most SEO optimized outlines. And once you have a detailed outlines here, remember, it's very important to have a very optimized and SEO optimized outline with all the information ready to use. For example, if you like this and it's from your competitor, you can just simply click on this and rewrite it, right? And by rewriting it, you have a completely new information. Click add, delete this, and use this as your outline. Simple as that. So we give you a lot of sort of like in our design, we try to integrate AI in a way that is not obstructive, but is very assisting your work. So that's the first step. The second is when you access keyword to include. And from keyword to include, essentially, the first part is competitor keywords. Competitor keyword is all the keyword that your competitor are targeting on. And these are the keyword that also have search volume, meanings that exist in Google keyword database. Having this keyword available in Google keyword database mean that when Googlebot go in and when they scan through your content, it's very easy for them to recognize the keyword that you are targeting, right? So that's why we try to highlight this is a keyword that you may want to include. But whatever keywords you want to include here, it should support the content in which you try to write in your outline to use in the first step here. So let's say if it's 8 diet plans to build for weight loss, then you want to include weight loss, right? And you click on the keyword, it will show you all the information, how are the tool using it. So you click on here, it will be added, right? This is the usage we suggest. You can increase or decrease depending on how you want to think about it, right? So choose keyword that support your outline to use. Same with opportunity keywords. Opportunity keywords are the keyword from Google keyword database that your competitor may not have them in their content just yet. So we show them all in here for them by relevancy, by volume, so you can add them into here. The third thing I want to highlight is Google NLP entities. So like I said earlier in the previous, in our videos, Google NLP entity is something that is extremely important for SEO in 2022 onward, because this is where Google show you how intelligent they have become. They are able to go into a certain website, build our entity map, and understand right away the context in which you're trying to convey. So in here, just click and find entities that will support the content in which you write, you build on your outlines. All of these entities, when you include in your content, will help Googlebot understand really quickly what you're trying to convey. So you see, we cover all of that now. You cover the structure of the content, you cover the keyword and the terms that your competitors are aiming for. You cover the terms which your competitor have not aiming for. You cover the entities, and also you cover the sentiment. That is how you cover the entire structure and build a structure for your content before you go into the final step, which is content writing and executing it, right? If you're not sure any of these steps and you want to view a more in-depth videos, for example, Google NLP, the explanation why it's important, you simply click on tutorial library, click on Google NLP here, and I have another videos. I go very much in depth of why it is so important for you to have Google NLP integrate in your videos, in your workflows, right? As well as a bunch of other tutorial how you can use this. But in these videos, I highlighted more on the structure of the workflows, right? So hopefully the videos have helped you to understand how you build an outline based on our tool, outline to use and keyword to include. And I hope that helps. I'll see you in the next videos, and that will be the final steps, and that is to craft your content. And crafting your content using WriterZen is a completely different experience. It is now with integration with OpenAI, we're confident to say that you're going to be able to craft content. If you build a really great outline, you'll be able to craft content in less than 15 minutes. And that's amazing. All right. Thank you very much for listening in. I'll see you in the next videos.